The UK Treasury has praised the government's hard line on crypto exchanges, even as it hits its crypto hub ambitions. And so in this video, we're going to look at why the UK Treasury's annual anti-money laundering report has highlighted the FCA's supervision of crypto in particular, and also why they've decided to limit choices for crypto users like you and me. Today's episode is sponsored by Cake Wallet, where you can send, receive, and even exchange your crypto right from within the wallet. Cake Wallet is open source and non-custodial, so you control your own private keys, available today on iOS, macOS, Android, and Linux. And StealthEX, a privacy-centric crypto exchange which enables you to make crypto-to-crypto exchanges anonymously. Hi everybody, and welcome back again to another episode of Enter Crypto with me, Chris Kenyon. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about the UK Treasury's annual anti-money laundering report, and basically the UK Treasury has been praising the FCA's hard line on crypto exchanges. As always, guys, let's quickly jump straight into this article, see what it's about, see what we can learn. It's only a short one, and then we'll comment after. So in the UK, the application of anti-money laundering regulations to the crypto sector has been to the detriment of retail investors, but does that just mean it's working? A recent Treasury report acknowledged that since the FCA became the AML supervisor for crypto asset businesses in 2020, a large number of firms have withdrawn from the country. However, it argues this provides confidence that those who remain have strong systems and controls in place. The report comes as the UK's government rushes to turn the country into a crypto hub ahead of this year's general election. And in 2022, the UK government announced plans to turn the country into a crypto hub by attracting digital asset businesses and investment. However, macroeconomic challenges have slowed these plans, and the proposals also appear not to include retail investors, who have been hurt by the country's regulatory environment. The short list of crypto exchanges whose AML systems are deemed sufficient read like a who's who of big crypto. The obvious exception is Binance, which has struggled to regain its foothold in the UK since its fiat payment processor cut ties under pressure from the FCA last year. Of course, for those who want to bypass Coinbase and Kraken, there are some smaller licensed alternatives, but as a general rule, they offer only a limited number of swaps compared to the likes of MAXC or MEXC and Gate.io, which list over 1,000 cryptocurrencies each. Limited choice also restricts UK residents' ability to shop around for the lowest fees. Meanwhile, some of the most innovative exchanges are now inaccessible from the country, while some might lament the way AML regulation forces the crypto sector into a TradFi-shaped box, and evidence suggests it's working. So if anybody has been watching my videos recently, I did a video a few days ago all about this anti-money laundering narrative, that basically that crypto is used for money laundering, and that we need these regulations, we need these rules. It's all to protect the little guy. This is the story or the narrative that the government's pushing in order to get these laws through, and so that we accept them, and so we think, oh, we get scared and we start saying, oh yeah, we need to protect him from money laundering, so let's get these laws in. It's really just about giving the government more control over us, because crypto itself doesn't need any regulation, in my opinion. It was designed for the average person and for the sovereign individual. It was designed to give the individual more freedom. And so any government getting involved in that is only going to do one thing, and that's take away or get in between the relationship between the user and the crypto, this sort of pro-freedom relationship that we have with crypto, and it's just going to get in the way. Now, you can argue that it's the government's job to sort of get in the way. That's all they ever do. But the difference with crypto is that it's a bit like gold in that actually the government doesn't control it. So, when you think of a currency like the pound or the euro or the dollar, the government controls that. And then on top of that, it actually puts its own controls for money laundering and other laws and stuff on top of that. With crypto, the government is not in charge of crypto. Crypto is a global asset, it's decentralized, it's immutable, it's somewhat private, it's pseudonymous depending on which cryptocurrency you're using. And so the government has no control over that whatsoever. No government does. And so it's quite an unusual situation. So they're trying to sort of plaster or paper laws over this really new and technologically fast-moving space with a huge amount of intellectual capital constantly moving in. You know, if you speak to any young people, they're all into crypto, and it's almost a kind of political movement is crypto in itself, just because people are sick of the financial situation, especially young people, when they see that they can't actually afford to buy a house. And it's not even that it's bad now. The worst thing about the young people growing up today is actually that they can't see any hope. They just see it getting worse and worse. They see inflation getting worse every year. They see house prices going up every year, which makes it harder for them to obviously buy. They see that wages don't go up in line with the cost of living. And so, you know, what are they supposed to do? Just tolerate it? Well, they don't have to with crypto now. We've got another option. They would have had to before, but now with crypto, so they're all the young, all the youth in the world today are all learning how to code, how to program. You know, it's they get it. They understand the internet. They've grown up with knowing the internet, and they are internet natives really. And they'll be crypto natives. And so for us, who are the older generation or the next generation on, we're having to actually learn about this technology. They will just know it, or by default, they'll just know it because they'll have grown up with it. They won't have known anything different. And so I think in 10, 15, 20 years, when all these young kids, who are actually kids, will have grown up knowing exactly what crypto is, because it's been around for ages by then, they will require governments they just won't vote for you if you don't give them this sort of some crypto-friendly regulation or crypto-friendly laws, because they're going to want their freedom back, and they're going to look at this period as an awful financial period where nobody could afford to buy anything, where wages were not in line with inflation or not in line with the cost of living, and they're going to think, well, we don't want to go back there. We're going to create our own money. A bit like when the church and the state were one, they ruled, and then when they separated, it was a new beginning for everybody when the church separated from the state. And it's going to be the same, I think, when money gets separated from the state, which is what I think is going to happen, and crypto is going to be the catalyst for that. So a fascinating article there. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, click on that notification bell. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my thoughts, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.